Hi guys, Art by Raymond here. I am here to show you acrylic pouring. Guys, I have 2.5 years experience in this. So let's get started, but I'm gonna first go over the things that you need. You need Master's Touch or Liquitex Basics paints. Pick your color scheme. I usually go with 3 or 4 color choices. Today we're gonna use an essentially like a cobalt blue. I can't actually pronounce the name of it. It is by Master's Touch. It starts with a PH. And then titanium white and also a little touch of black we're going to use. And I'm going to go with that color scheme today. But all of those colors are going to be, it looks like Master's Touch paints. So we're going to go with that. In addition to that, what you're going to need is a canvas. You're going to need tape for the back of it. So you want to make sure that your canvas is beautiful on the back side as it is on the front side. Especially if you're doing commission work, you're going to want to tape that up. So my cats are running through. You know, things that happen when you're trying to record a video, and I'm not going to go through and edit this. Bear with me. I'm going to try to make this fairly quick, probably within an hour or so. But so the next things you're going to need, so I got you the canvas. You're going to have painter's tape. You're going to have, and frog tape works pretty well, but I'm not using frog tape. I don't know. I didn't go and get that. I had blue right there, so I bought it. And Master's Touch paints. Next, you'll need Liquitex Basics pouring medium. And then that's not going to be your pouring medium, guys. That's going to be an additive into your paint mix, okay? Your pouring medium is going to be school glue. So Elmer's school glue works great. That's what you're going to go with. So I do a 1-to-1 ratio paint to glue, and it hasn't failed me yet. So, and this stuff doesn't clump. It could down towards the bottom, but I have not gotten clumps in this like I have with Floetrol or any other additives really. So, so that's what we're gonna go with, guys. I'm exposing some big secrets in this video, so you're gonna want to stay tuned for this, and really pay close attention to what I do and when I do it, and I'll explain that in a minute. You got stir sticks. You'll need that. You'll need cups. So you'll need the individual colors, and this is going to be kind of a ring pour, but that's just kind of my style. I do. It's not gonna turn out to be a ring pour, but that's what it is. So I got stir sticks. You're gonna need. I already covered your pouring medium. I'm just trying to think of all the things because there's some. Oh, distilled water. You'll need distilled water to thin your paints out. And then you will need, and here's the secret ingredient, Artist Loft silicone oil. And I'll explain when to put that in, because that's probably the most crucial piece. Hopefully you're listening to that and you're going to stick around and watch this, or at least skip ahead to where I start pouring, and then you're going to want to go back and rewatch the whole thing. That's just how it is. All right, let's get started. I'm going to flip this camera around on the canvas and start mixing paints and kind of show you like the consistency that I work with. And everybody's a little different, guys. You're gonna try to perfect a recipe, and I'm sharing that recipe with you guys that I've learned. I learned it at the 2-year mark. And it took a lot of trial and error and a lot of money doing it. So luckily I had buyers helping support my paint up until I was able to find a really good recipe. And that really good recipe is demonstrated right behind me, guys. I have this 3-piece set, which I did. And that's kind of an example of how my work turns out. It is very good work. So without further ado, let's see. I might have to go with a purple instead of black, which is fine because I really like dioxazine purple. So we're gonna go with that from Liquitex Basics. So that's the only Liquitex Basics one I have in my mix for today. Yeah, looks like I'm all out of black, so we're gonna run with that. And blue and white and purple turn out amazing. So yeah, let's watch. Flip on over to the mixing of the paint. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna continue mixing my paints here real quick. Don't have too much time before work, so we're gonna try to make it a quick one. I have prepped the back of my canvas by taping along the edge and then working my way in. And I'll show you guys here in a minute after I get the stuff off the canvas. I'm going to use this blue here. Phthalo, I don't know if I'm saying that. Phthalo canine blue, I don't know. So, but I'm going to use a lot of this blue because I want this to be the main part of the canvas. So I'm actually going to mix up 2 different cups of this. And it will be double that amount, the amount per cup. So keep that in mind. Double the amount, because I'm going to do a 1-to-1 ratio of pouring medium to Liquitex or to the paints. So what's nice about this is that everything that I've done has reaped enough reward for me to go and actually keep my paint supply up, guys. So when you are going to go and do a commission piece, make sure that you're including the price of your stuff, each one of these, in with the price of your painting. So there's a basic outline of what you should be doing for your it's online on the Facebook pages. So if you find like a pouring page, they'll give you the outline of like how much your painting should cost. But that outline is the basic, like, I did a painting, it wasn't a commission, and I don't want it around my house anymore kind of thing. So definitely charge for your supplies. That's how you're making your money when you're doing it. That's how you're able to continue going with your business or with your hobby. So that's the one thing. You don't ever want to feel like you I don't know, like your art isn't worth it. If you feel like your art isn't worth it, other people will also get that impression, and then it will be really, really hard to sell. Right now, I'm probably bringing in like $400 a month in art sales, maybe more. That's on the low end, I would guess. I have a sale that's coming up with 2 different pieces. They were commissioned pieces, and those are going to be a pretty good amount. Hey, Maddie, welcome in. So I'm going to add Liquitex Basics pouring medium, 50-cent piece size to each one of these paints. And that helps with the effect that we're going for, or that I'm going for anyways. And now I'm going to add my pouring medium at this stage, and that is school glue, Elmer's school glue. It's going to be just as much paint as is in there as in school glue amount. Super important. Definitely want to make sure your mixes are right, and that's about accurate there. How are you? I'm gonna watch my pour. Okay. Now I do like to mix these up at this stage before adding the distilled water. So we're gonna mix these. Just trying to get everything off the sides of the cups, guys. Mix it all in once you get your color. Main thing is that you're just trying to get the bonding aspect of all these pieces mixed together so that when you add your water, it doesn't unbind. My blues. Great. Good job. And I got my white and my purple. And we got cats running through the background. All right, purple should be good.
Hit the sides.
Purple's good. All right, and now I'm going to exchange my school glue for distilled water. To me, it doesn't matter where you get your distilled water. It's all worked for me. Why distilled? Guys, I don't know. I found it somewhere. Somebody had mentioned distilled works better for cell creation. I found it works for me. I'm adding water now to each one of these because I'm going to stir them anyways. If it starts breaking down the paint pigment now or the bond, it's fine for me. I know how to save it if I have to. So we're going to start with the little guy. I'm excited too. I'm going to try to show you guys the consistency that you need. So that is not thin enough. For me, I like it to where it lands on the top and then dissipates. Not stays on the top or not dissipates immediately. So it's kind of a game you gotta play. It's a weight game. Like we gotta weight your paint to water ratio. So that's pretty good. So that's kind of what you're looking for. A straight stream off of it. And then something that lands on the paint and then dissipates into the paint. Okay, so that's fine. This is going to be like a flip cup, but it's not. It's a ring pour, really. So here's my white. Since I had so much of that, it's kind of difficult to mix. Oop, that's not what you want. So I'm essentially hugging a ring light right now, guys. So I'm trying to like peek through the ring light to see what I'm doing here. Mixing. You want the smooth, and it's not smooth right now. Okay. It's getting there, though. Guys, what I would like you to do right now, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Share this video because there's going to be artists out there that are going to need to know how to make big cells and how to really get a good recipe, guys. Share this live, and hopefully I could be that person that really allows you to up your art game. That's actually in an auction, so could you put that back, please? Somebody's already bidded on it. I have paintings in here that I have staged around my art space that have sold already, so when the kiddos want to show and tell. Sometimes I gotta remind them they're sold. No. The ones that are back here are not bought yet. I plan to embellish one of them.
What about these ones?
So this is how you want your paint to be. Straight stream, lands on top, then dissipates. So that's good. I'm gonna work on my blues. I don't have very much time, like 15 more minutes left before I have to run to work. But that's the artist life. If you're working full time, guys, you gotta make the time to do your artwork. Figure out when you're gonna do it and do it. Commit to it. Take your time on your mixing process because this is what makes or breaks your paintings. And if you have cats that love making noise to get in the video, then that's great. Okay, that's good. Straight stream dissipates when it hits the top. That's what I'm looking for. So next blue. You know, if the water does that, this is fine. This stuff goes away. Not a problem. This is why I do it over the canvas. Just I get impatient sometimes. And this is really the part of the whole thing that requires the most amount of patience. A little water is not going to hurt your canvas. And you could tighten your canvas. If it's a loose canvas, you could tighten it by spraying the back of your canvas with water and then taking your heat gun to it. And that after the water dries, and you do that before you put your paints down. It's part of your prepping canvas like beginning. This is fine. So that's good. And that will tighten up your canvas as part of prepping it. So I'm going to show you the back of the canvas now. How I prepped it. So this is part of the preparation. I blue taped all the way out to here because the cups will be out that far. The paint will go that far. My hands will go that far. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin layering my paints in this cup. Whatever order I want. I think I'm going to go with blue, white. Go from there. Got a lot of blue to use. And if I fill up more than one cup, then that's great. Because this is a pretty large canvas. Hey Maddie, could you toast a bagel, please? Can you toss a bagel in the toaster, please? For your mama. So I'm liking the blue, white, purple mix so far. Notice I have not done any acrylic, or excuse me, silicone at this point. Super important you don't mix it with your paint. In my opinion, it's super important you don't mix it with your paint. Excuse me. In my opinion. In my expertise of 2.5 years into acrylic pouring. But what does Ray know? You'll find out. You'll see. Getting close. We're almost there.
Are you trying to do one like that?
No, this one has purple in it, so it's going to be different. It's going to be like that with purple.
Yeah.
Okay, nice full cup. And then the remainder of what I have in this cup is going to go over my corners because those are the hardest to cover. Sorry about the bumping. Those are the hardest to cover. Let me reposition this. There we go. So I'm going to go and do my corners now. And even like down the edges if I have enough paint. Just so that I don't have to cover those later. Because that is probably what... Ooh. He went off the edge there. Hardest part is getting all the edges covered. So just get ahead of it.
Is that one block?
No, none of the ones on the wall are black. So that's fine. Now here's the thing. Artist Loft silicone oil, guys. I put it in a spray bottle. But you could sprinkle it, like flick it, or however you want. Alright. Now, I just take this and start doing my own pores. I'm covering edges. Very first. Okay, now that all my edges are covered, I'm gonna just start doing rings. And this is my style. This is just what I do, guys, and you'll see why. You can hear the cats racing through the background. I already have some cell creation. That's good. So what I'm going to do now is the time. Oh, can you grab the heat gun and plug that in for me right here? Yep. Yep. Safe. Just wait for a moment, please.
You should tell them what happened.
Alrighty. Now, I am going to just try not to bump this anymore, but spray silicone oil on top of this. You could also sprinkle it. It doesn't matter how much you do, in my opinion. More the merrier, whatever. But you can start to see the cells start to form. Now I'm going to take heat and get the silicone to spread and rise. This helps dissipate the silicone out of the paint that you just put on. And you'll see what this does here in a minute when I start stretching the paints. So now I'm going to just start the tilting process. One side to the next.
No. Oh, wait.
The cat's bothering you?
No, it's chewing on the wire again.
Oh.
Ow. Ow.
Okay, so now every time you go to a corner, you go back to the center and then try to go to the next corner so that your paints can be spread evenly as possible. And you can keep your cell formation. See the cells that I have created there. But slowly, take your time. Once I have that how I want it, go back to the middle. And then I stretch back to the next corner. And I have a good amount of paint off my canvas already, which is something you want to make sure you have. And we're gonna call that good. And I'll show you guys the finished product here in just a second after I wash my hands. Alrighty, let me take this out of my holster. And alright, y'all. Here we are. Nice big cells. This is I think maybe a 14 by 14. Might be 12 by 12. I have to look. But now that you know the secret to large cells, large cell creation, go out, do it, try it, be amazed, love it, like this video, guys, subscribe. I will have more to come. Looks like I made it in under 30 minutes, which is fantastic. Super duper cool piece of work here. But really, if you look at my other artwork, it is pretty standard now that I do artwork like this, that I'm producing work that's consistent with large cells for our customers. All right, guys, love you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing and following and liking this video. Let it blow up. Take it to another level, guys. And if it blows up, I'll be back with more painting videos. So thank you.